remix, boom shit, fuck bitch, fuck bitch. Boom shit, fuck bitch, remix, boom shit, fuck shit,
Tritone Radio.
Tritone Radio, bitch. Tritone Radio, bitch.
Tritone Radio.
Tritone Radio,
Radio.
Tritone Radio, bitch. Tritone Radio, bitch. Damn, that's fuck. That's never enough wings, dude.
Well, it's like fries and a drink.
Yeah.
So like we get our food and we sit down, and like right in our view, but not in our view when we're at the counter, but from the table, it's like Tuesdays we got 60-cent boneless wings.
Bullshit.
Dude, it's amazing. I've been there before. Back in the cool days.
Wait, you should write something. I would write a freaking like on the comment section, and then they'd be like, "Come back next time, and we'll hook you up with the because they should have told you."
I thought you were about to say he should write a song like for
No.
Wingstop.
Yeah,
Write like a
Layne,
jingle.
Write that song.
Get a
Wingstop.
lifetime supply of wings, dude.
Or maybe that's how you write your review. You know what? Fuck Wingstop.
Yep. An angry song. We're venting here.
Okay, here's what it's gonna be.
69 cents wings on a Tuesday. I went on a Tuesday and I fucking paid full price.
Man, tell me.
Bullshit.
Here's what I'll do is like I'll write a song and it'll be angry song and like people think like, oh, he's probably like angry at a chick or something, but like only y'all
Damn.
know I'm really
Well,
angry about these
I
wings.
like that. I like that. I'm into it.
Thickly metaphored.
Oh.
All right.
I believe we're live, and you're listening to Tritone Radio. And as always, I'm Corbin. I'm here with Crazy Will and Jenny.
Yes, or Jenny Edouard.
All right, whatever. And also, we have some special guests. Our first ever Doble guests today. We're here with Mr. Layne Denton and Shane Perryman.
Hey guys.
What up?
How are you doing, gentlemen?
Doing all right.
Awesome.
I'm fucking fantastic.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Well, that's
you are
awesome.
fantastic. You
Yeah.
have wrapped yourself in a blanket.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable. I wish everybody could see how comfortable I am
Yeah.
right
Oh,
now.
no,
We're all
I know.
comfortable right
Yeah,
now.
it's nice
I'm in
and
my
cozy.
PJs.
Yeah, you guys are lucky. Normally we set up in this little tiny ass
Yeah,
room
that's
up here to
the
the
first
left.
time we've had some
yeah.
guests in this like area. You
Yeah.
guys have christened the second area when we have more guests.
Well, you guys.
Studio expansion.
Yeah, you guys. You guys seem like chill dudes, so we had to have a nice chill space for the evening. But yeah, and like I said, you're on Tritone Radio, and these gentlemen just came off a gig.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Right on. How was your gig?
It was all right, you know, just a little farmers market thingy I do every couple weeks.
Right on.
It was the
Not
best
bad.
gig I've ever played.
Fantastic.
What
well,
made the gig the best gig that you ever played?
Layne Denton.
Oh my God.
That's
Yes.
so sweet.
Yeah,
Adorable.
it was fun. Like we just kind of play some songs, and Shane will jump in and like play it through, and
Yeah.
we just kind of jammed for like most of it. To be honest,
That's what's up.
Like,
I love those kinds of gigs where you just are kind of like, I mean, people are just kind of like passing through, so you're like, what do you want to play? I don't know. Let's do it. Call out the progression, and
yeah.
10 minutes later.
Well, Lane's like a dark lord. Like he doesn't even tell me the chords. He'll just be like, "All right, man, it's like this." And then he'll just start playing. I'll be like, "All right, well, I'm in for the ride."
I
now."
guess we're doing this.
Layne is, but I mean, it makes sense. Layne is a dark lord. That's why you play like so many freaking. You're the hardest like gigger I know. Like you go in.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, like, I just kind of was just like, you know what, I just want to do this full time. I got tired of working in a kitchen. So,
Yeah, that is always a drag. I'm sure anybody out there that works in a kitchen knows that's kind of a drag.
Yeah.
Layne has more gigs than like a 256 gigabyte iPhone.
Damn,
Oh
that was
my God.
good.
That was a zinger, dude.
Thank you.
Shane's coming in with him today.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, let's not keep him waiting too long. We're gonna bust out one of your songs, Layne. Is that okay?
Sounds good.
All right. What's the name of this song?
This is Tied to the Tracks.
Yes, and it is off your album,
Layne Denton.
Layne Denton,
Layne Denton
self-titled.
1.
Layne Denton 1, kind of like Black Sabbath.
Yeah. a little bit of
Yes.
Zeppelin, a little
Okay.
Sabbath.
Yes. The Sabbath. Okay.
I'm really hopping onto this Zeppelin copycat train.
Oh, shots fired. We're gonna get into that later. Yeah.
baby, well, tell me something new. 'Cause it feels like you got me tied to the tracks with you. Oh, baby, tell me something I need to know. 'Cause it feels like you got me drowning in the undertow. Oh, that train keeps on rolling on down the northern line. Yeah, that train keeps on rolling on down the northern line. I'm tied into the tracks, babe. I can't save it this time. I'm not your cowboy, I'm not your saving grace. I'm not your cowboy, I'm not your saving grace. Because I'm tied to the tracks, babe, lying here on my face. Well, there's one thing I know well, is my Lord works in mysterious ways. Down the northern line. Yeah, that train keeps rolling on down the northern line. I'm tied into the tracks, babe. I can't save it this time. I'm not your cowboy, I'm not your saving grace. I'm not your cowboy, I'm not your saving grace. Because I'm tied to the tracks, babe, right here on my face. Well, there's one thing I know well, is my Lord works in mysterious ways. Whoop, baby, oh, tell me something new. It feels like you got me tied to the tracks with you. Oh, baby, tell me something I need to know. 'Cause it feels like you got me drowning in the undertow. Well, there's one thing I know well, I'm not your saving grace. One thing I know well, yeah, my Lord works mysterious ways. One thing I know well, gonna be set free today.
And we're back at Tritone Radio. That was Layne Denton and his song Tied to the Tracks.
Oh,
Well, damn.
damn. Lame. That
Well,
shit's
damn.
phenomenal.
That's all anybody had to say about
Well.
that. Well,
it's just-
damn.
It's like refreshing. Like you definitely have a different sort of like, I don't know, like your sound. I remember the first time I saw you at Caesar Sound last year. I was pretty like blown away, and it's so different. It's very difficult for me, especially a lot of times I've seen you. It's been like working a festival or whatever, and like it's always difficult for me to stop. And when I can like stop and look at a band or an artist, and you were like dolo in that shit, you know what I'm saying? And so like it's
Jenny, define dolo. And
Yeah,
like-
what is Dolo?
rolling dolo, solo dolo.
That doesn't help.
Jenny,
Never heard that term. I'm sorry, guys. I keep
we're
it's
very
like more
white.
and more I'm realizing I'm
What
from
are you
Jersey
talking
and
about?
you guys are Southern boys. All right, so
Yeah.
like by yourself, like alone. So it's like
Oh,
solo,
yeah.
riding solo, but
Solo
solo dolo
dolo.
is like really alone. Like really I don't know, like by yourself on a stage. Like that's the hardest thing in my opinion when someone is performing by themselves. And
Yeah.
you've sort of like transcended and now you have a band. You're a Layne Denton band right now. So who's in that band?
Well, we got Shane in this band.
Myself.
Rounding us out. Playing guitar, we have my buddy Jacob Harshman, and he's a performer and a songwriter in his own. And back
And a
in-
father.
And a father.
What?
Ah.
And a husband.
Oh wow, it
Ew.
is possible, guys.
And a Guitar Center employee.
Wow.
And then on
Nothing
drums,
wrong
we
with that.
we have a couple folks coming through. Jordan Holloman from the Clout Trio has been
Okay,
playing with
yeah.
us, and we also have another guy named Adam Green who is the one who recorded the songs in the studio.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And so yeah, it's a fun.
And you're gonna
band.
get some guests, Moon Chief, fellow Moon Chief.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm looking to expand, like something I'm having fun with doing, like being by myself for so long, 'cause it's like you say it's been hard, it would be hard to be by yourself, but it's like that's where I started. I feel like
Right.
that's like that was all I knew for a while, 'cause I mean I've only been playing with the band now for less than 6 months,
wow.
And,
Yeah. That is true.
and so like
How'd you get started, Layne?
open mics and crappy bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And but I'm having fun, like, 'cause it's like the music on the album, okay, it's cool, it's there, but like I like the show idea. Like now that we got our set down, I'm starting to think more about like, okay, what if we added the fiddle, or like what if we get some more instrumentation going, maybe less electric guitar, maybe more like banjo or mandolin, or maybe get like a little bluegrassy folk section going. So I'm having a lot of fun just playing with the potential, because these songs are like, the way I see them at least, are like they're there, and like they're already built around me and the acoustic guitar. Everything else is like interchangeable, the way they're structured and what instruments go into them. Like we can make Tie the Tracks like a hard rock, like fast upbeat. We can make it like bluegrassy. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of possibilities, and I want to have fun with that in live shows in the future.
That's pretty awesome. We're also here with Shane, and Shane, you're also in a couple of bands as well.
Yeah, I play in a couple bands.
He plays in every band.
Tell us about yourself, Shane. Some people don't know.
Well, I'm a musician and I sell shit on eBay. And
Which we're not
What's
mad
your
at.
eBay handle if people are trying to look for some stuff?
Adavan54.
Okay.
Solid.
He's an eBay pro.
What are you selling on eBay, Shane?
Well,
DMT.
you know,
No.
plush
Allegedly.
toys,
Plush toys, you say?
plush toys. I have a walking Santa Claus I'm about to list.
For the
Shit.
holidays. So you're in tune with like what's going on. The perfect Christmas gift or the perfect Christmas decoration.
Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta think about it, like, I mean, who's gonna buy walking Santa Claus?
The
in-
Kardashians will buy a
July?
walking Santa Claus. We
Yeah.
need to share that with them, and
Army of them. Lined up and marched down
they
the
actually go in for the holidays. That's a find, in my opinion, a walking Santa Claus.
All right, biggest hit that I've had so far though. Picked up this Adidas jacket, just an Adidas jacket, and then I go on eBay and like I know like the tactics. I'm like, retro, rare, vintage, badass track Adidas jacket, rare, super fucking rare,
Rare with
so
the two
rare.
stars on both sides.
Bought that shit for $11. It sold for $128.
That's bananas, dude.
That's dope.
Yeah, great,
Good
great
lord.
stuff. But yeah, how's everybody's life and day going?
Wow, life going good, day going hilarious. Now that was great. I'm like so intrigued by that. How did you get into
literally
selling
gonna
shit on eBay?
Go back on my old eBay account, follow you, and see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. No, okay, I'll totally spill the beans. Y'all ever heard of Gary Vaynerchuk?
I don't know.
He's this dude. He owns like Wine Library TV, and he owns this company called VaynerMedia. And like he has this show that he started called Trash Talk, where like goes to people's garage sales. And he's like a fucking millionaire, and he like goes to people's garage sales, and he'll like buy like their like Mr. Potato Man for like 50 cents, and then he'll go on eBay and like sell it for like $12, and then he'll be like, "Fucking idiots didn't know what they got," you know. It's great.
Joke's on you.
It's a really
Good
good show.
lord.
I have to check. These are interesting.
I love
things.
that. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. But you are also in Loner.
Yeah.
That is one of the other bands that performed at Seeds of Sound. You kind of like accosted us a little bit ago about why Layne Denton band went first.
Oh yeah, so like Elaine's like, hey, you want to play Seeds of Sound? I'm like, absolutely. And then like show rolls up. He's like, hey man, we're playing first. I was like, we're playing first, playing first, Layne. But like after like addressing the market, it's like the people who went to Seeds of Sound Festival. After addressing the market, the only thing people fucking remember is the first thing and the last thing. And a lot of people were like, yo, man, like, oh, yeah, you're in the band, you guys played first. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it
That's me.
fine,
That it was I. Yes, I am that guy that went first, and I was also the guy that played at Seeds of Sound last year that had all of your minds fucking blown.
It was fun. Great festival.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like, I like to hear about it though, because you leave something like that you co-create or create, and I want to hear all the the concerns and things, because it helps us to kind of make it better the following year. So to
Basically,
hear that,
if you guilt trip Jenny hard enough, you will get a better slot next year.
that's how it works, guys.
That's
Nice.
what you should do.
Well, Mel,
Alright, so I want a headline on Saturday night.
You're in the right place.
make sure we do this.
I'm gonna come at you with a rider.
I
like-
want pink gummy bears, 50 Skittles.
I just want a fat ass blunt. And like,
We should
I'm good
send
to
out
go.
riders. That's probably what we'll upgrade to. What's everyone's rider? What do you guys like, guys? What do you
we all
want?
should have got a rider.
Actually, I want to start like reserving my camp spot.
That
like,
no,
that
you have.
tree, like
dog, you
that's
picked
ours.
You know what? One of my most happy. I love like my favorite moments at Seeds of Sound is walking around the campsites. And so when I saw where you were, I was like,
We were like 20 feet from where we were last year. Like it was like this is our spot. I was with my same friend, like the same guys, like.
it was
And,
beautiful.
yeah,
And I
it
got
was
you
awesome.
a staff. I got you a little staff.
This,
Did you get
it's in
him
my
the
room.
staff?
I still
Is
have it.
That's where that staff
That
came
makes me
from.
so
Camp
happy.
Denton was like Camp Bro Down. It was fantastic.
We were playing
There was
pong
a
at
beer
fucking
pong
10 a.m.
table.
in the morning.
Yeah, dude, you had Johnny about half fucked up by the time we got on stage, dude.
That's where Johnny was.
Yeah, he was fucking. I woke up like hungover as hell at like 8 a.m, and like Johnny's just shooting beer pong with Layne,
It's
just
so
chilling.
We're
I'm
just,
like,
that
hey
whole
Johnny,
morning, like everyone that was walking by, I was like, "Yo, come play around the pong."
dude, you talked to the right man. You know, old Johnny likes to play him some pong, dude.
And Johnny will actually, he's going to be one of the people that you invite, one of the Moon Chiefs that you invite in to play fiddle.
Yes,
For-
we're doing a little competition finale at the Rock and Taco in Buckhead on November 9th.
Word.
And Johnny's going to be sitting in with us, like providing some fiddle. First time we've done it. I think I'm going to practice with him this week at
That's
some
what's up.
point.
Cool. That's awesome.
And yeah, really looking forward to it.
Hell yeah, man. That's all. I'm sure you guys are gonna rock it.
I'm just having a lot of fun. Like, I just feel like I'm trying to just like get on stage and perform with as many musicians as possible. So like Friday, I'm used to live in Dahlonega, and like there's this little bar there where like OG they booked me when I was still like 19, and so like I could do whatever I want. Like I'm like, yo, can I bring a band?
Of course, Layne.
Yeah, and so
Whatever
like
you want.
I booked this date. Turns out none of y'all can do it.
Oh yeah.
And so this Friday, it's November 2nd. I got the Jesse Williams band backing me up.
Dope.
Okay.
Jesse's
And,
Jesse's been coming out. She played in Nowhere Bar last night, I believe.
Last night. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Those were one of like my surprises, because again, like we all kind of collaborate as far as like booking the bands for Seeds of Sound, and but a lot of them are like local finds. We it's the four of us. Sometimes last year was pretty much Anthony and I had like a couple here and there, but like we like this is the band, check out their music, this is why, and we kind of all right, yes, this works, yes, let's do it. But Jessie Williams was one of those that came in, and I recognized her at the Super Jam that we had at Aisle 5, and she was up there just like
Chance and her are just mad guitarists. Like,
yeah,
holy
that's what I mean.
cow.
This is what it's you get in awe. There's only like multiple times where you're completely in awe by people, and I think the beautiful thing, especially about our kind of community, our music community, is that you're constantly in awe of like the people you come across when you see them on stage. And
There's
that's
some
what,
very good players.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
like
Mhm.
wonderful players. It's just like we're all so talented, guys.
Oh my God.
Spread the word.
And that's the funniest thing, and that's why it's like it's so dope. And I'm like, I feel like I'm so like stoked about having Shane like playing bass with me, cause like we knew each other in high school, like, and it was just like kind of by happenstance that we got to know each other again. Like there was a metal band that
Hell
we
yeah.
all played in.
As any awesome musician started.
So you guys were a
dude.
metal
So-
band in high school together? you're saying?
Remember
Yeah.
like when Attila was like blowing
Yes.
up, and
Dude.
like they were from here, and like
I have a great story about that. I actually like smoked weed with Franz in a van one night, and this was kind of before they blew up, because they're from like down the road from here, and like, yeah, everybody in this van was just shitting all over this guy, dude. They were just like, Franz, you're a fucking douchebag. Your band sucks.
well,
And
it's like.
it was pretty hilarious.
We had this metal band. It's like, oh, let's be Attila. We were called Honor and Anarchy. Our big song was
What
called
was it
Nice
called?
Tits, Bitch.
Oh my God! Will that be performed one day?
Yes.
Just to bring it back, you guys.
of
Did you see?
course.
You know what? We're bringing back an old song,
And
a classic.
I played bass in this band because really there was nothing else for me to do. And
I played trombone in this band.
You played. Okay. All right.
there's a video. There's a video.
I'm into this. Okay, we're gonna have
Wait,
to throw
there
that
is
on.
an actual video.
Hey, we headlined Heaven at the Masquerade. Let
Fuck
it be
yeah.
known.
Yes. Oh my god.
That was our
Let me tell
that was our
you.
peak.
I want this footage, and we shall post it on Tritone Radio to introduce your episode.
Perhaps. It's like there's one video.
It's
It's like
hidden.
really awkward because like we're a metal band, but we were all wearing like blazers and nice
had
pants,
outfits?
and
like
like
it.
we're all wearing beanies for some reason. Like or at
We
least
wore
you and I
suits
were.
and beanies.
That's awesome. Wait, what color were the suits?
I think they're like black.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Mine was
Well,
gray.
the guitarist was like really into Arctic Monkeys at the time, so it's like, oh, let's dress like that
Oh.
You guys were
for
a
our
metal,
metal
band.
Yeah.
And
Wearing
the guitar player
suits?
liked the Arctic Monkeys.
This is a
And
dope
you
ass
played
band.
trombone.
Trombone, yeah.
This was
Your
our musical
country ass
peak.
played bass. I like it. Okay, I'm interested in this. I want to hear
Just
this.
send me the footage. We don't have to post it. I want to see it from my own
I'm into it.
eyes.
Oh yeah. Well, the guy so we recorded Nice Tits Bitch with
Nice tits.
I'm gonna give my homie Justin Daniel a shout out. I think he's working on the Night Shifts record, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
But if I'm wrong, we can cut that out. But
Fact check.
yeah, that was years ago. Good times. That was our peak.
All right, so I just wanna throw this out there. So the song's called "Nice Tits Boinch," but like, it was. Have you guys ever seen that horrible like Thanksgiving horror movie called Thanksgiving?
No.
Oh man,
All right, I don't know who listens to this podcast, but
I hope Chase is.
all the
Somebody
people that
will.
listen to this podcast need to fucking go watch
Thanks,
Thanksgiving.
killing.
It's about a Thanksgiving turkey that like murders the whole town.
He rises from the dead, and like the
And, like,
opening scene is like this pilgrim woman like running through the woods, and she's hiding behind a tree, and then like the turkey just stabs her, and then he says, "Nice tits, bitch." there's another part when like a dude's in a tent, like trying to hide from the turkey, and the turkey's like in the tent. He says, "Gobble gobble, motherfucker."
Oh my god. This is phenomenal.
Dude, I'm definitely gonna go and get begged and watch this movie. Like, definitely. That's
we
That's
just
what's happening.
I'm like that's my brain's like when is
Yeah.
this happening?
why are
There's
we
a
watching
Thanksgiving 3.
right
Yes.
now? They got up to 3.
Well, they didn't do it 2. They just went to 3.
They just went straight to 3.
Like, you know
Slick
what?
move, dude. Power move.
10 years
I
later.
like it. Oh my god! All right, we need to play another song because this shit got off the rails. Not that is a bad thing. Anyway, Layne, can we play Phantom?
Absolutely.
All right. Is this off of your new record that's coming out?
Yes, sir. Same
Tell me about that. Oh, this is off the same album. Okay, right on. Cool. This song is called Phantom. It's by
Oh.
Layne Denton.
Layne, I've heard this song 45 fucking thousand times. minutes, and I have to go pee, so I'm gonna go pee. Well, listen to this one.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna take a smoke break too. Like,
I'll wear this crown of thorns upon my head. Oh, I don't fear the evil. Oh, I don't fear the dead. Let me carry this weight, take this burden. Off your back. I'll be your shield, your protector, my love. All I want is to hold you up. Oh, let me hold you up. And I'll be your phantom, my love. So for all your pain, take all your grief, take all your greed. Put it in my name. Well, if you follow me down, I can't hold you up. Blackbirds can't share the same hair as white doves. I'll be your phantom, hold you so high, yeah, so high, until we touch the sky. Oh, let me hold you up. 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 Whoa, so high until we touch the sky. I got a feeling deep in my brain, a feeling of regret, a feeling of shame when I was down on my knees, where the roads intersect. I gave up my fortune, I gave up my strength. Well, now look me in the eyes, say you'll follow me down. You say it, but don't know it, what that entails. If you follow me down, I can't hold you up. If I can't hold you up, I got nothing. I give up. I'll be your phantom, my love. I'll be your phantom, my love. Ooh, I'll be your phantom, my love, and hold you so high until we touch the sky.
All right, you're listening to Tritone Radio. That song was called Phantom.
And
Layne, that
that's-
had to be the best song I've ever heard in my whole life.
I mean, honestly, that was it. It was so beautiful because the first thing I asked you, I was like, "Wait, is that the song that Johnny from Moonchief will be performing in?" And you said yes. And you're saying November 9th at Rock and Taco. Like, I have to like hear this live. You've probably played it before. I probably heard it. Have I heard this before live?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was probably doing something.
The electric guitar though doesn't do the same justice as with the fiddle.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
you
it'll-
could
Johnny's,
hear
Johnny's
it.
a very studious one. It'll sound good. He said November
November
9th.
9th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is.
But thanks for reminding us, Will.
That's probably my favorite song I've written. It's and it's I like it too because I was going for a very specific feel. The
I felt
Phantom was like inspired from like the Phantom of the Opera.
Yep.
And so like with the fiddle, we were thinking cello, but it was easier to get the fiddle going.
Oh, you hear the fiddle, man.
And like we told her like we brought this lady in the studio and she was like old school professional sheet music and stuff, and the way we do things just like
Isn't like
hear it
that.
and play it.
Yeah.
And so after like she got over not having the chord chart, we gave her like one pass on it after listening to it, and that's what she came out with.
That's
Damn,
fantastic.
What's
And
her
we
name?
just, Marla Feeney.
Marla Feeney.
And we just told her
Shout out to
like
Marla
go
Feeney.
for a haunting, just like
That's exactly the word I would
Yeah.
use to describe that song. Me and Will were listening to it on the way over here today, and he described it as a Southern Alice in Chains-esque song, which I
Nice.
thought was
That's
pretty.
the song you want
I
to
thought it was
listen
pretty
to, like
cool.
by yourself in the car or like in a
Vibing
room.
out.
But like, I definitely felt that. Like, there was just something so like it needs to be played in like an echoing church or like a,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, like a cathedral of sorts, or even in a museum with no one in it. Like, it's just like no, like
wearing
sounds
like
like
a
a-
mask covering half my face.
Yes,
That
yes.
sounds like a weird, like Bowie type thing to do.
Yeah.
I said, go for it.
Like a church or something, like a big hall or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. Ah, that was beautiful.
Right on. I like it.
That's my personal favorite too. Like
Yeah, like
yeah.
the thing I like about that song is like, you know, like if some like regular person like that was like, you know, 14, 15 listen to it, they'd be like, "Oh my God, is that a violin?" Like that's it.
yeah.
no, it is because you hear it so
I
so
dig.
piercingly. It's like the
Yeah.
violin's heart is playing.
Yeah. It was fun.
Did you ever listen to the Desire album by Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I think so a
There's
little
like
bit.
a fiddle or violin in the background as like he plays. He does a song. It's like check that album out because it's like kind of the first album where Dylan kind of had like incorporated a full like band into his music.
You're telling me that Bob Dylan made music after 1970?
His son did, and apparently it's you. So there it goes. But it's funny you said Bob Dylan because that's what I was thinking. I don't know. There's something about your voice was just very. It was like the voice as well was just.
Look,
like,
I love
haunting.
Dylan, but Layne's a better singer. Than
Oh
Bob
yeah, I mean
Dylan.
obviously.
I'm not talking about voice wise. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
Yeah.
as far as like a full band behind it.
Did y'all have that like
Yeah, that's
teacher
what I was
and
kind
like
of going for.
did y'all have that teacher in middle school that was always talking about Bob Dylan?
I don't think
Like
I
a-
ever had a teacher.
like a
who
language
Yeah.
was
arts
talking
I had
about
that
Bob
friend.
Dylan.
I don't think
Nah.
the teacher always talk about the Navy.
The Navy.
Wait, is
Talking
that a
about
band
Mr.
name or
Sauls?
actual?
Yes,
the
I had
Navy?
Mr. Sauls.
Is the Navy the name of
No,
the
the
band?
Navy is like the Navy is in the
Oh.
military organization.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Trying to
who?
recruit the
You know,
kids.
I had a focus teacher in elementary school that was obsessed
Whoa,
with
tell
Bob Dylan.
the people what focus is.
those smart people
Hey.
stuff.
Some people had focus. Some people had the trailers outside of class. Like they just removed you, and it's you and like 4 other kids.
Yeah, I'm sure that was nice for all you
That's where all the
brainiacs.
gifted went.
Yeah.
kids went.
Some of us were stuck in with all the rest of the idiots, just like
It's like I think the
Playing
only thing
with
that qualified
fucking
you for that was
macaroni
like you
and
can read
paste.
a little faster, or like
oh man.
Hey,
That's
this
funny.
kid doesn't spill milk on his crotch during lunch. Put him in focus.
His mom called and complained to the school. Put him in focus.
I was
Yeah.
sadly I found out I was put in ESL because I knew a second language, and even though I was born in the U.S., because my parents spoke another language and I spoke another language, I was in ESL for a very long time, up until 6th grade, and I always remembered when they like removed me away, and I'm sitting there learning like English or whatever. I'm like,
And
why am I
already knew.
here? It's because my parents checked the damn box, and my dad said for my sister they didn't check that box.
Lord.
So
Oh my lord.
we're traumatized. Those are Catholic school days. But anyway,
Okay. We're getting a little too deep with you, Jenny.
Yeah, we are.
Let's focus here.
brought up
All right,
focus.
so darkest childhood memory. Everyone go.
I was actually talking. I'm not going to share it on the podcast, but I was actually talking to my girlfriend about my darkest childhood memory today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then we got
Busy.
then we got lunch.
Then we ate.
Then
Both sound
well,
nice.
I got lunch.
But I think
Oh.
we're like when you think about you and I just found it interesting that you guys were in a band in high school, and you think about who you were then and who you are now. Do you feel like you've matched up to where like when you were in like a ruffian kid in like middle school or even in high school? Do you feel like you're content with where you are and what you're doing?
And would you have described yourself as ruffians? then?
No, absolutely.
Another
like,
Jersey term.
I like absolutely because like the whole thing I wanted to do just as a kid was just like I want to make music and I want to just like going from one gig to another and like just be on the road and like I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm like living my dream every day just because like I make music for a living. Like fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Can't
That's really
want much
awesome.
more than that.
Yep.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
well,
maybe one day I'll get a degree, but
cross that bridge when you come to it.
yeah.
So Shane, let me ask you some questions, man, because you're an interesting character.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You have a cape.
You have a cape on right now.
Well, I was
Yes.
full of shit, and you guys were like, "Yo, let's go outside and smoke some pot, man." And I was like,
He's not wrong.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I was like,
Allegedly.
"Yo, fuck it, I'll go outside and smoke some pot, but I just need a blanket to put on my shoulders."
Fair enough, which was a fair trade-off. I feel like we've been pretty accommodating
Oh,
to
you
you.
guys are amazing.
That's what's
You
up.
guys are
Good,
amazing.
good. All right, thank you. That's now that you've given us some praise, I would like to praise you a little bit.
Okay,
All
I'm
right,
ready.
all right, good.
Go.
Yeah, man, you're just like really deeply entrenched into this whole thing, and you're in several of my favorite bands throughout the city. And you play with Layne, you play with Loner. Layne informed me outside you played with Dream Culture
Yeah, for a second.
for a second.
Yeah.
Okay,
For a
cool.
hot minute,
That was
I
a
was
tight
in there.
band. Shout out Dream Culture. I think they just
Shout
split
out.
up.
They
right?
broke up.
Yeah.
Broke up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
The Layne Denton band's persona is playing Pong at 10 a.m.
She's the sound. The spizz
And
out.
cheers to that.
She
Facts.
is.
So anyway, I got a little off track here. Shane, I was asking you because you play multiple instruments, man. Like, how did you get started? How did you lead to? What do you do in each band? First of all, you play bass with Layne, right?
Yeah, I play bass and trombone primarily, and then I teach piano lessons, but I fucking suck at piano.
That's not true.
Nah, dude, it's true. Man. I go to these I go to these 12-year-olds' houses, and they're like playing like ba ba da ba da da ba da ba da, and I'm like, holy shit, you guys are fucking good. You guys are so good, dude. Like, what am I doing here?
Dude, you're solid, man.
And-
Come on.
Yeah, and then their parents write me a check, and then I'm like, dude,
The
I
kids probably
suck
got it.
ass at piano. It's crazy.
I don't know about that, man. I've seen you play with Loner several times. You're very good.
Thanks.
Yeah,
It's all
good
muscle
stuff.
memory.
Yeah, of course, man. You do rip the hell out of that trombone too, though, man.
Thank you. Yeah. In high school, I used to skip class and sit in my mom's minivan and play trombone in the minivan.
Oh wow,
Yeah, it was fun.
load. So you started playing trombone through school? I take it.
Yeah. I mean, most people these days, unless you're a fucking weirdo, you don't start playing trombone or trumpet until you're
Yeah.
in middle school.
Right.
And yeah, I played trombone so I could be in the jazz band.
I dig that. How'd you start? How'd you get in on bass then?
My grandpa plays bass. And like when I was like a little kid, he was in like this like bar band, and they would play like country and like classic rock, and then like I'd be like, Grandpa, can I play bass too? And he'd just be like, okay.
Aww.
Yeah, and so my grandpa showed me the ropes.
That's awesome.
What did you grow up listening to?
Guitar Hero. Yeah.
I'm not mad.
What songs were you playing with Grandpa?
I don't even know, but yeah.
Fuck you.
About Guitar Hero, though, I feel like our generation's knowledge of classic rock not only comes from our parents, but mostly from Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was mine, dude. Those first like Tony Hawk games. I guess I'm a little bit older than you guys too, though. Yeah, because I was jamming that first Tony Hawk game, and yeah, that's how I learned about Primus. That's how I learned about like Primus.
Primus sucks.
Primus sucks.
Primus
Yeah, watch
sucks.
yourself. Primus totally sucks, dude. But yeah, that's kind of where I got a lot of my like early weird musical taste from, was like shit like that, and I was like into ska and shit.
Nice.
And I was in a fucking metal band like in high school. It was just like as anybody who plays like kick-ass music now starts, like you got to start fucking ripping some metal.
That's the preliminary, like a metal band in high school, and like maybe one day, like if we're all in this music scene 20 years from now,
I think
we'll
we've
be
kind
like-
of committed to it. I think there's an
That's
age
true.
when you kind of bail. I think we've done way too much to like where you think in your head where this is not going to be a part of my life forever, because
That's true.
we've invested too much
I feel like you
energy.
can't
But,
really
like,
know
everyone's played
until
The
you have a
Masquerade.
kid, though.
Oh no,
That's
that
true.
definitely. I mean,
Once
you
one
know,
of
it
those
all
things
varies
pop
if you
out,
think
you got
want,
some
yeah.
shit you got to take
No,
care
it's
of.
like
Then.
it's like if you have a kid and you're still doing it, it's like, okay, you're in it.
Yeah,
You know, that's
true.
like my.
But don't you feel like, yeah, that is true. I mean, I guess. Sorry, it's just like but there are some people that either process if they're gonna have kids or they're not gonna have kids. So I
Yeah, I
guess you
mean-
fall into the category where you probably would.
Well, no. I'm
it's
like
more
everybody
like,
else. I'm like, no,
you
I'm
have a
not gonna
kid.
have kids. Like, fuck that shit. But like, it's probably gonna happen. Like, no, I'm not gonna fucking have kids. Fuck that shit. But it's probably gonna happen.
it could
you know?
happen. If it happens, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you go.
I understand.
It's like a time bomb.
Yeah.
Bound to happen.
It's like a time bomb. Good lord. All right, I think that's a cue for another song.
Yes, because I'm getting hot and I don't like
on the
this.
kids. Wait, okay, I don't even know what she meant by that, but
No,
yeah,
I meant
so
like
you want to play? Yeah, okay, Jenny, we know what you meant.
turn it off.
So we're gonna play some of your other band, though, aren't we? There, Mr. Shane. You down with some Clout Trio?
Oh yeah. Let's garner some clout, buddy.
What do you want to play, man? What's the first song you want to do?
Let's like get play Mistaken. Play
Mistaken.
Mistaken. Yeah, it's
Okay.
got the most people on it. So.
Okay. Who plays on the song with you?
The trio, which is myself, Alex Hassel on guitar, Jordan Holloman also plays with Layne on drums, and then there's two singers on these songs. There's Jeremiah Percival from Suede Cassidy,
Oh, word.
and then there's Des Monroe, who's like the next freaking like, I don't know. She's gonna be fucking big. She's tight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm excited. All right. Well, this is the Clout Trio. Song's called
Mistaken.
Mistaken. Hit it, Wilbur.
I think that I have been mistaken. Clouds make me relive. You never really wanna say it. Don't force the love you give. Outside, trying to get right, singing to the bird. Met my man in Midtown. Gotta get right. Downtown, moving around. I need more laws for us. You're right, like diamond. Pierce me, my face is no mine. we live. I never really wanna say it. Don't force the love you give. I was outside trying to get right, singing to the birds. Yeah, 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 yeah. Outside trying to get right, singing to the birds.
Did you start over? Oh, well, welcome back to Tritone Radio.
Wow.
That was Mistaken by the Clout Trio.
That was
Hot damn.
mind blowing. I was like, oh, that was just good.
It was bouncy.
Thank you. Thank you. guys.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna make
love
my
it.
baby to that music one day.
Yeah.
You know what?
I wanna look.
I'm not a fan of babies, but I'd actually
Layne
make
was-
one to
yeah.
that too.
Layne
Like-
was thinking about impregnating a woman that whole time. I know
I'm
know
gonna-
that look in a
I'm
man's
gonna look
eyes.
into her eyes and be like, "Yo, my boy Shane's playing that bass right there."
We making a baby tonight, girl.
Oh man, Shane. So that was rad. That's the Clout Trio. That's off your album, Our Family.
Our family.
Our Family. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And why is that called Our Family?
Oh, well, you know, it's all my boys and my friends. And I was just like, yo, let's name this album that, cause, the name is pretty arrogant. The name of the band is called the fucking Clout Trio. It's, really arrogant. So I just, wanted, an album title that would kind of, counterbalance the, the arrogance. So Our Family is pretty wholesome.
I
That
dig
music
that,
is
yeah.
pretty amazing.
I
So
love
definitely.
it, dude. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
great.
So, I mean, it hasn't blown up or anything, but, I don't even care because my friend DM'd me, a screenshot of his text messages, and I screenshotted my text messages. Sorry. But he just, sent me some text. He's like, hey, bro, I had sex to one of your songs last night. And I was like, cool, man. That's all I needed. for
Yeah.
this project.
Yeah, project fulfilled.
Yeah.
I love it, man. That's good stuff. And you play bass in that.
Yeah, I play bass, and I write quite a bit of the music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Hell yeah, you guys. Well, I just have to say, you guys are probably the two goofiest but most prolific dudes I think I know.
We're the best people that have been on this show, for sure. Say it. Say it.
I'm not gonna
Say it on the record.
I'm
Well,
not
you
gonna
are in the
say it.
fancy room.
You're in the hot
so
seat.
we've
For the
never
sake-
used this
For
room
the sake
before.
of things, you guys are the
We
best.
can't beat bass like
Nice,
Russian
Eddie.
literature if you want.
That's okay. If you want to, man, you're the guest.
You ever
We can
read
talk
that
about
book,
whatever you want.
Lolita?
No.
Yeah, by I haven't read the book, but I've seen the Kubrick.
Listen,
Yeah.
I've tried to read it, and I can't fucking read. So, I read the synopsis. That book is about a child molester.
Yeah. There's a movie. Stanley Kubrick adapted it to a film. You ever seen that?
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
I don't think I want to see it.
Yeah, it's pretty twisted.
It's heavy. I
Yeah.
haven't actually read the book.
The world
yeah,
is heavy,
I haven't read
guys.
the book, but
There's
the movie
so much.
very interesting.
So much is out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty dark. Okay, so that's what you want to talk about,
Sorry.
dude. You want to talk about
No,
illegal
no.
immigration or something
No.
else? Like,
Did you
wanna
vote?
get,
Have
did
you
wanna talk
voted?
about voting?
Yeah.
My roommate works for Stacy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
word. Hell
Not
yeah.
just no. Well, okay. I'm not gonna degrade. Never mind. He works in the office with Stacy. Yeah.
He's
Okay.
one of the
Cool.
support of the canvassers,
Yeah.
does all
Anybody
that.
doing anything
When it,
is
like
doing
in the
a-
team, the actual
good job.
team.
Yeah, no, I was about to just be like, he's not just one of the canvassers. He really, but no, it's really important to go out and canvassing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah,
definitely.
that
No,
shit's
hell
super
yeah.
important.
This is that- I
And-
mean, this
and
is-
we
Shit.
really need Stacey Abrams to win, and not that fucking psycho Brian Kemp. Dude.
Brian Kemp is like all my ex-girlfriend's dad. Like, you better be good to her. I'm gonna shoot you with my
Pointing the
gun.
gun at you.
Like, shut the fuck
Oh
up, man.
my
Like, we're
God.
getting pizza. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Dude,
pretty.
It'd be very
When
disappointing.
I saw this must have been a year ago. The first time I saw a Brian Kemp commercial, I actually legitimately thought it was a spoof,
like
a
the
comedy
Onion or
video.
some shit.
Yeah, but that's
like-
what can you imagine? This is what our world has kind of become. that's what happened the second Trump became president, is it became a spoof. And so it's even like, it's insane and it's crazy, but this is our reality. And that's where, we're sort of like lucky to be in the position that we are in and to have the communities that we have, because it's a little bit scary out there. And you see all these caricatures come out, and you know what I mean, and you're seeing what they stand on and what they believe in, and and it's frightening, but it's reality. And that's kind of like, it's a good thing and a bad thing. I think right now, there's like 2-hour waits. People are actually trying to vote, and this is probably going to get scary. And this is probably a very sort of like, things like this kind of have to happen so that we're sort of aware of what happens outside of us, because we're always in our own worlds. We're always in our own minds. We're always, the world is out to get me and it's all against me. Like, I fall into those trappings all the time. But between the shootings and, our government and where it stands and what's going on, I think that it's a good thing that we're all sort of aware and we're watching this. And, a lot of us grew up, especially in the South. I mean, could you imagine if this turned into a blue state out of nowhere? You know what I mean?
Clutch.
Like, that would be a story, and that would be really clutch. And it's something that's actually happening. So we all really have to put in, our votes, and we see what's going on. Because I've watched the debates. I enjoy those a lot because I watch the Young Turks. So like, if you pay attention to that, you get to see like what's going on behind the scenes. It's been interesting. It's very much.
Are you done pushing your hippie liberal agenda?
Every now and again.
All right.
There's a Trump everywhere.
Yeah, just a copycat.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Like 10 years ago, or even 5
We'll be
years
alright
ago, he
either
would have
way.
been considered like too extreme even for like Republicans. but,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but now they're just kind of... Dude, see, here's my thing. I think if we're going to go like circus mode, let's just do it. Let's start electing like wild people. Let's elect like The Rock. Like,
Well,
if
The
The
Rock is
wants
going
to
to run for president
let's
in 2020.
do it. I'm about it.
But he's a
let's go
Republican.
ahead.
Only if-
whatever, dude. Yeah, let Vince McMahon run the show, dude. It's all. I think
yes, let's put Vince
dude,
McMahon
I
in
think
charge
it's all
of the
a
government.
conspiracy, and he's behind all of it anyway.
I think we should
dude.
just have a woman president and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure that would
Let's
solve
try
the
it.
Jenny.
Let's try
just
it.
fucking try it.
Let's just try it.
Let's
tables, ladders, and chairs, man. Like, come on.
Yes. Oh my.
Okay,
God.
interesting question, and then I'd love to move on to politics. But this is an interesting question. Okay, like, all right. Actually, can we just go on to the next topic?
Yeah, that's fine, dude.
Fucking-
I'm cool with that.
It's okay though, but
I'm cool
this
with
is a not. We don't just talk about music, but it's
No,
okay.
I prefer to talk about music. I don't know much about politics, but
We'll
I
bring
know
you
a
back.
crazy person
We'll have a
when I see
politics
him, and
episode
that's
after.
what I'll leave.
After.
Wait, but what do you think Trump listens to? Like, what do you think he's like bumping? What do you think he's like
Ooh,
bumping?
dude,
in the
Trump's
car?
Trump's
Willie
like
Nelson.
yeah,
think
some
Trump
like
listens
Johnny
to-
Cash, like Willie Nelson. That's like what Trump is listening to.
You think so?
Or he's just like listening to like recordings of himself talk.
Listening
What
to the
does
recordings of the
Either
songs
way.
that have been made of him. Remember those girls?
That's a good
the little
question.
girls
What do
that
we
made those
think
songs?
Trump listens to? Everybody take a pick, dude.
What if he just like really likes AC/DC?
I can see that.
Nah, he's listening to the new Kanye, obviously.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's all
Kanye
about
sends him
Kanye.
all the
Actually,
stuff, and he thinks he's so cool.
Dude,
and
he probably
just,
never
like,
listened to
playing it.
Kanye, and then he was just like, "Oh,
Exactly.
let me go ahead and listen to this guy's music."
All the
Like,
Kanye. Kanye's just sending him all the
rocking the
stuff,
hat.
like all his like B-sides, E-sides, D-sides. Just him ranting.
Yeah,
and
Trump's
he's
probably
just
heard
sending it
Kanye
to
we
him.
haven't heard.
He's
dude.
like, yo, don't
Probably.
share this with anyone, Trump. This is just for you.
Yeah, Kanye
is
is he's sending him
exclusive.
songs like 4 a.m. Like,
Yo,
Tell me what you
Donald,
think about
what
this.
you think about this shit, bro?
Oh my God, Trump's like, shut the fuck up.
That's a
Kanye.
strong
Like,
theory.
It's repetitive. You
Yeah.
made this song 20 times already.
Pretty
Hey,
good.
you know, like a meme idea I have that I think would go viral as fuck.
Hit me.
Ooh.
All right, y'all have been on Pornhub and seen like the
Many times.
Pornhub community videos, and you know, in the beginning, like they're like the homemade videos. It'll like, be like it's like Pornhub community, you know, like theme
Yeah.
song. I wish there was like a meme that was like, and like it was like playing that song, and it's like when you hear this song coming out of your roommate's room, you know shit's getting real.
It's about to go down.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, when I graduated from music school, that was like my first. Like when you get there, they show you all the like people who've graduated and their accolades and like everything they've
Yeah.
accomplished. And I was like, I wonder if I just became like a super successful like scorer of porno music.
I don't think that shit
porno
got scored.
films.
I don't think that shit got scored.
Well, I'm just saying, but I could totally open up this whole new thing and just like be like, I'll score your porno.
Yo,
Like, let's go.
You're like writing
Let's
like
do it.
string parts and shit for like
That's
this
that's an
porno.
offer, by the way, for anybody
It's
who's
like-
making a porno and needs some music. I will.
I
do
want
that
the
shit.
violas to get very loud and violent during the talkie style portion of this of the scene. Just
Dude, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
I'll hit you up, Shane.
Hell
We'll
yeah.
talk about it.
There's too much dialogue and
In what pornos? You're watching the wrong kind of pornos, then, Jenny.
You gotta set the scene.
The guys who do like the Foley sounds for porno.
No.
Oh
I
my
haven't.
god, dude, that
It's like
shit
the-
is
like
too
the
funny.
Microphone, like just slapping two pieces of chicken. You get like a jar of mayonnaise and just.
Well, that makes sense, man. I'm like, why doesn't it sound like that when I have sex?
Yeah.
Like, this is bullshit.
I know, man. Life's funny like that, Shane.
yeah.
life's a
Yeah.
porno apparently.
Life's
Yeah.
a porno.
I wish.
Wow.
Next song.
Oh my god!
What
All
question?
right.
Next question.
The next question. I don't even.
No, but
have
first
it.
off, like, I'm not gonna be like, yo, who's your favorite porn star? But like, alright.
hit me, dude. You got one. Shane.
Adriana Chechik.
Adriana Chechik.
Christ.
For all your listeners out there.
She
No.
works. She does.
And for all you
Shout out.
female listeners,
Adriana
I am here
Chechik-
cringing.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
My face is just
Good.
like,
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Jenny,
disgusted.
do you watch Owen Gray?
Sasha Grey?
No, it's a guy. It's a guy. Owen Gray. He's got like a huge tattoo on his leg and arm.
A porno? He's a porn star?
Yeah.
I actually don't watch porn the way.
I feel like that's a lie.
Oh, it's okay.
I stopped watching recently. I used to watch it a lot, but I don't know. Like, I don't watch porn like people watch porn. Like, I know the name. I think guys watch porn and they know the names of the people in it. I literally
Do you know
just
why?
click
Do you
and
know?
see
Do you know why we know the names though?
because you probably like that girl.
To save time, you know.
Oh.
You only have so much time to get a nut. You only have so much
That's
time.
so
if I know
true.
somebody's name, I'm just like, yo, listen, I got 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes and I gotta come. So it's just like, oh, who's my go-to? I don't want to share my go-tos, but
Yeah, you said
I
you
get
said
it.
you have a girlfriend, right?
I do.
You know, so you know how it is. You live with her?
No, but well,
Okay.
basically, but
Yeah.
no, not officially.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, I do, and I know that feel. That 10
Exactly,
minutes.
dude.
Don't know when she's getting home. Who knows? You
Right.
gotta fap one out, dude. It's just
Exactly.
Like,
It's
yeah.
like you're just gonna. Well, sometimes you have
I'm
to
more
see something new.
methodical, I guess. When I used to watch, I stopped because I heard that, at least for females, it definitely does something to like what your expectations are.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of like I learn a lot because I work for a holistic job. I do yoga, I meditate. So a lot of times it's like you learn a lot about like what you're sort of like projecting yourself to and how it kind of can like mess your head up, just doing certain things. Not to say the porn's bad. If you want to watch all the porn, enjoy the porn.
Goddamn right.
But recently I've just gone on I stopped watching it and I've probably gone maybe like 5 or 6 months. But I think that I'm more like I just will kind of click and then I'll just see what's going on. I'm like, this isn't doing next. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
by the
And
way,
it kinda,
Shane,
like,
now
goes
you
on.
guys are the best guests because we just spent like 5 minutes talking about jacking off. And I have, like,
This is-
I don't know. Like, me and Shane, I do feel like we kind of clicked at the festival. I was like, this guy's fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, and now that you're here and we spent, I've been waiting for somebody to just come in and just be like, so, fucking jerking off, watching Pornhub, like,
This
and
is
here
it,
you
guys.
are,
this is
dude,
gonna be our
just, like,
highest rated
fell
episode.
into
That's
my
what we should
podcast.
Sure,
do.
Tritone
We
Radio.
Hashtag
Tritone
porn.
Radio.
Hashtag-
Pornhub.
Sponsor us, Pornhub.
Dude, anybody
that's-
sponsor us, dude.
No,
You
anyone.
said Rock and Taco. We said, like, the first one Jenny came on, we were just like, Rock and Taco, sponsor us. Like, Rock and Taco, we shouted you out twice. Sponsors, give us free tacos.
Give them
Pornhub.
free tacos. They need to
Sponsor
cater
us.
you guys' podcasts.
I
Rock
think
and Taco
so. I think
needs to cater you
we
guys'
need to
podcasts.
just
So
get
does
Rock
we
and
say.
Taco and some brewery. I don't know how down they're going to be with all the talking about jacking off, but
Think about it. Food, beer, and porn. What more do you need?
I know.
This is the beginning,
it's true.
guys. This is how it starts.
Yeah.
Spike TV.
It's all in a hashtag. Hashtag Rock and Taco. Hashtag Creature Comforts.
Hashtag Pornhub.
Hashtag
Whoa. Don't
Pornhub.
throw out creature comforts yet. We got to keep our options open.
I'm there's like Creature Comforts is cool, but like, what about like Reformation? Like
Reformation's fly. You guys been to Tucker Brewery yet?
I have.
Tucker Brewery's awesome. I played there the other day. Very
Justin
very tight
Johnstone,
spot.
aka Booker, works at
Fantastic,
Tucker Brewery,
dude.
and I think
Fantastic.
Anthony started working there as well. Anthony from the night shift at Tucker. Couple homies there.
That's awesome.
All right.
I'm always happy to hear when musicians are employed.
Yeah. That's good.
That's great.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, we went from talking about music to jerking off to tacos, and I think
That's how you
a
know
good
when you're with
segue.
friends.
Yeah, that's a good segue into the next tune. What do we want to play next, you guys? I didn't even bring that up.
How about I want to show y'all some friends of mine, Blue Yonder.
Oh yeah,
Electric Blue Yonder.
Now
Pace Maynard
played them before.
Yeah, I played them. Yes, exactly.
Where are they from again?
They are from Montgomery originally,
Okay.
and they've relocated back here to Atlanta.
Awesome.
And they are just really cool guys, and it's husband and wife, and just really great people. And I think their music is awesome. And their harmonies are just like, it's got like that, like, I mean, like, you know, like there's a lot of like girl and guy like duos out there.
Yeah.
But like, I just love it when like those harmonies just lock on and then just gets you in that, like, it's like
Yeah.
that shovels and rope, like kind of just like that gritty, like stomping your feet on the floor kind of music.
Oh yeah. I feel that. What's the name of this song?
This is called False Prophets.
False Prophets by Electric Blue Yonder.
Electric Blue Yonder.
Crazy Wheel.
Sweetness.
Every man trembles at the sight of his God. Whether righteous or wicked or filthy with fraud, who's left to judge now? All the old gods are dead, except the ones in your wallet and the ones left inside of your head. All your days and all of your lonely nights, don't think twice when it comes to holy sacrifice, 'cause you want it to feel something real. Yeah, you want it to feel so real. It's all fanned out before you. Every suit represents. At the end of the hand, it's just dollars and cents. You say everything's fine, and it's all in your mind. Lives wasted, searching between the lines. With echoes of meaning, lost with the passage of time. All your days and can drag me to the big house. All with misfortune fraud. They'll say I'm guilty, guilty, I'm not.
Will is Tritone Radio. Will's auditioning to be a porn Foley sound man. But that was Electric Blue Yonder, and that song was called Layne.
And that was False Prophets.
False Prophets.
That was some gorgeous music.
It was very pretty.
Gorgeous is the right word for
yeah.
that. I think there's something magical when a husband and wife like creates music together. You know, there's like intimacy into it, and I think that's what we were like able to like tap into by listening. Like, it, honestly, guys, whoever's listening, it was very quiet, and everyone literally was just still, silent, sitting, ears open, and when it was over, it was just like, wow. And then we went for a break. So
there's also like the other side of like the husband and wife making music together. It's like, what about when they get divorced?
You get Fleetwood Mac.
Facts.
Yeah.
So it's like even better.
Yeah, it's even better when there's like actual turmoil between you, I think.
Or like, what if it's husband and wife, but they're never married, like Civil Wars?
like the Civil Wars, or even like Johnny Cash. No, they were married, right? They never got married.
Johnny Cash
They were.
and
Jude-
They
Carter
were
got
eventually.
married.
They got
Yeah,
married. Oh, okay,
Definitely.
all right. I didn't
Or the
realize.
White
I just thought they
Stripes.
stayed together forever.
Yeah, right.
No, I know he left his wife for her. I didn't remember the. Listen, I did see the movie with Joaquin Phoenix
Joaquin
and
laid that
Reese
shit
Witherspoon,
down.
but I don't remember the marriage.
saw Walk
But
Hard.
now I remember the
Is that
marriage.
the same thing?
Oh, yeah. I thought
No, dude, that's better.
I thought he got married with.
Dude,
You don't want none of this shit.
it's called cocaine. It turns all your bad feelings into good feelings.
your
This is expensive. It's the cheapest drug there is.
Cheapest drug day.
your son has been cut in half by a machete. Doctor, I ain't a fucking scientist.
All right, you got some questions for us right here.
Oh my god. Okay. Shout out to Blue Yonder. You guys are awesome.
Yes.
Real quick, that was my second take on that band, and that was actually, I felt fairly different than the last one I heard. I
They
like
shared
it.
Nocturna with us last
Yeah,
time.
let's get Blue Yonder up in here. I promise we won't be as gross with you guys as we have been with Layne
We'll
and
be
Shane.
respectful, or maybe not.
No,
depends.
we will
We're
be.
just shitheads.
Unless, nah, you guys are awesome, but you're definitely kind of gross.
Like a,
Yeah,
Like-
you're welcome. I mean that in the best way possible.
I know.
But yeah, so we're gonna do a little new segment here called just called albums.
Mm.
All right.
Working title, guys.
Yeah, working title. Okay. Layne and Shane, whoever wants to go first, I want your 3 Desert Island albums. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows what I'm talking about, but Jenny didn't earlier, like I was telling you guys.
Desert
So
Island
what that
albums,
means
like,
is albums you would have, like 3 albums you would be stuck with on a desert island until you're dead. All right.
Layne, you should kick it off.
Oh boy. Okay. After much thought, all right, I think it's gonna come down to Freewheelin', Bob Dylan's second
yes.
album.
Okay.
Okay.
Good choice.
I'm gonna go with Masters of Reality, because I think
Black Sabbath.
that's my favorite kind of rock and roll.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm gonna go with Elephant, White Stripes.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Good choice.
Yeah.
So why Free Willin'
I-
by Dylan? What's so important about that album?
I mean, that's just I'll tell you, because like Bob Dylan was like, I think what I listened to a lot in high school when I started to write and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In recent years, like I haven't like been listening to him as heavy. And a few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to do a little like Bob Dylan cover gig. I wanted to challenge myself by just learning all new songs, and so I'm just going back and listening to his albums, and it kind of like hit me. It's like, this is why I play the guitar the way I play guitar. Like this is where like maybe like the way I strum and my patterns and like write and stuff, like it comes a lot from Bob Dylan's early work. And I think especially Freewheelin'.
I like that.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
What about Masters? Why Masters? You kind of told me this earlier, but I want to hear it again.
I mean, that's just I'm gonna be stoned on this desert island, I assume.
Yes, you
Hopefully.
stumble upon a pot farm on the desert island.
Brilliant.
So sure.
I mean,
And
and
you
that's
happen
just
to have masters with you.
that's just the kind of album you just want to get down to. Like
Yeah.
it's just you got your head moving like the whole time, and then like, but then like it cuts to those nice little pretty like instrumentals throughout, and
Yeah.
it's just it's a beautifully constructed album.
Well, we were talking about how like it was kind of how Sabbath started to embrace the psychedelia, and that seems to be where they, as you said, it was probably the first stoner rock album,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is very true.
Yeah.
So cool, good answer. And why Elephant? I do enjoy that album though.
Jack White's like always been like probably one of my biggest like, I don't know, he's just my favorite.
Yeah.
And
I was a fan of the Raconteurs, so
Raconteurs rock.
yeah.
And like, I mean, Elephant, it just kicks it off. Like I think that's his finest work probably across everything. Like I don't know, it's just good rock and roll too. Like for that same reason. It's bluesy, it's
Rock and roll.
he takes it around. Like I mean there's a lot of different kinds of songs and like I mean come on, like boom 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 boom, it's iconic. Like it's
Yeah,
just,
it's true.
Yeah, that is fair.
I don't know, it's a fun album that I like to put on that album when I'm just ready for like a pick me up, like just something to energize me.
I got you. Good answer.
Ball and Biscuit too, like oh my god, that's a shredder.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you say when you need a pick me up?
Yeah.
What's pick me up?
I don't know, when I'm like in a fog, like all right, another day, like you know, maybe I'm like driving to another gig, and it's like turn on Elephant, it's just like all right, just puts me in a good mood.
That's
I
what's
got
up.
you.
That's
Okay.
what's up.
I can dig that. I can dig that.
Uh,
Hell yeah, good answers, Layne. I like those.
Thank you.
Solid. Mr. Shane. Your
Same
3
question?
desert island albums, yes, same question.
all right. Fucking A. All right, I'm gonna go with "In Person" by the Ramsey Lewis Trio.
Ooh.
"The Emancipation of Mimi" by Mariah Carey, and
What?
"How Big a Boy Are You" Volume 1 by Roy Dan Mercer.
Okay.
The Emancipation of Mimi is actually one of the best in the collection
Fuck yeah.
of Mariah Carey. And Mariah Carey is, I mean, that was my girl back in the
sounds
day.
Like you just
Yeah.
hit, that just like Jenny liked that answer. I think.
That album's fucking smacking.
So I was with her Ramsey Lewis. Why Ramsey Lewis Trio?
Well, specifically that album because, man, like, it's a live album, and it's, like, back in the day, like, before, like, you know, they would, like, film every fucking concert, and, like, you could just, like, hear all the people in the room just having a fucking good time, and, like, it's a jazz album, so it's not people like, it's, like, literally, like, you hear people, like, sitting down drinking wine and shit, and then people, like, dropping their glasses of wine because, like, the music is so fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like, literally shit happens, and you hear people, like just laughing out of shock. Like, it's just so fucking swinging, dude. It's
I
amazing.
can dig that. Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to dig into that one. All right. So
Wait, and what was your last one?
what was the second one? The evisceration of Mimi.
What'd you say?
The evisceration of Mimi.
The evaporation of memes.
Of me.
Yeah.
What's the album called? I'm sorry.
The emancipation of
The
memes.
Emancipation. Excuse me. Mariah Carey. Why that album?
Just every fucking song, like, you put that shit on. Like, if you put that shit on, I don't care who is in the car. They'll be like, yo, this shit went so hard. And then everybody's going to be like, when you left, I lost a part of me.
It's so hard to believe. Come back, baby, please, 'cause we belong together. Who's good? Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that shit was so
I
good.
feel you. I heard. I felt like you guys really just like displayed Mariah Carey's pain, and that.
It just goes
yeah.
deep.
It digs
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah.
If you listen to Mariah Carey in a group, everybody's going to turn up. And if you listen to it by yourself, you're going to cry your ass off. It's just... Oh, girl.
All right,
Fuck.
girl.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Girl, shit.
Fuck.
Oh, dude, what an answer! And
On the
what
ride
was,
home,
what was
that
your
is gonna
last
be
one?
playing.
Last album I mentioned was, How Big a Boy Are You? Volume
Roy
1.
Mercer.
Roy
okay.
damn Mercer.
Roy damn Mercer, dude. So tell me about Roy damn Mercer. Why that album?
All right, so my grandpa, when I was like 8 years old, we used to like go on like long drives, and I would pretend I'm asleep. And like when he thought I was asleep, he'd put on like Roy Dan Mercer, like a Roy Dan Mercer CD, and that shit was so funny. Like, like it's like a prank call album. He's just like prank calling people, and yeah, he'll just like call people and be like, "Now I was at your petting zoo the other day, and one of your horses bit my daughter's finger, and listen, I don't know how big a boy are you."
Okay.
But I'm gonna be up there like white on rat. I'm gonna be up there like rat on a Cheeto if you don't do something about this. My daughter damn traumatized and she doesn't like horses no more.
That's hilarious.
It's just like an hour of that.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, so I recommend it.
You giving me some. I've listened to all yours, but you've given me some albums to listen to.
Go listen to them.
Yeah.
And anyone else that's listening, you listen to them too.
What are yours?
I mean, mine.
what are yours?
I'll have to think about that for a second. I mean, you gotta throw Dark Side of the Moon in there. I know that's kind of a cliche answer.
No, there's a reason it's cliche.
I just, like, that was, I don't know, that was definitely one of the biggest influences on me musically. It's something that made me want to do it myself, so I'd say definitely Dark Side. Ooh, what else, dude? That's kind of tough. I asked you guys, I wasn't thinking about it at all, though.
Tables have turned.
Yeah. An album by the Black Crowes called War Paint that holds some fairly emotional significance to me. It's very like Rolling Stones-esque in the way they like write all the songs in that album. I really enjoy it. Have you ever listened to that album, Layne?
I don't think
I
so.
feel like you would dig that. War
check
Paint
it
by
out.
the Black Crowes. Yeah, that's a good album.
Last one.
Damn.
Desert Island. You can never listen to anything else
I
ever
know,
again.
I
Bet you
know,
want to change it to 5 now.
Change it what now?
Bet you want to change it to 5 albums now.
Change it. I know you guys fucking.
For a music lover, it's very hard to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah,
you
dude, it's
really-
easy. His last answer is 311.
Yeah, dude.
For his ska.
Dude, you already know, dude. Definitely.
311 greatest
The
hits.
last album is every 311 album because it's my show and I can do that.
Nice.
No, I think it would have to be. Probably like Take 5, because I never really get tired of that album either. It's just a fucking masterpiece. Like, I just want like masterpieces that I know I won't get like sick of.
That album sucks.
Dude, you're hating so hard right now, and then you talk shit about Brubeck again.
Busted. No, it's a good album.
Yeah, but I enjoy me some Take 5.
What about you, Jenny?
All right. The first one would be Circle by My Morning Jacket, because it just has all, like, I'm gonna be like depressed as fuck if I'm alone, so I need something to like lift me up and make me feel like maybe I could build some fucking like boat or something. So that's like my pump it up music and just feeling inspired. If I need something while I'm like, sad, down, and depressed, I'll probably get I want to say the second Mumford and Sons album, because those is my favorite band, and I would just need a little banjo action sound and music. And the last one, see, this is where it kind of like I would have to, do I want like the teeny bopper in me, have just NSYNC, just because,
Dude, if you pick NSYNC as
Say
a
the
Black
Black
Parade,
Parade.
I'm
Just
ending
like,
this show right
just
now.
jam. First of all, we will not go there.
Dude,
Don't do
I
it.
just opened it up.
Don't go there.
Jesus.
Or I would, there's that little the little metal girl, in me that would probably want some like, 9 Inch Nails, hesitation marks, or I'd just take it local and like probably pick one local.
Fuck
band.
local musicians.
I take Layne Denton's
But no, it would be between 9
entire
Inch Nails
discography.
and 9 Inch Nails and NSYNC's probably
That's all
their
I
dirty
need on
pop
my digital.
album, maybe.
I would totally listen to Danger Incorporated. Louis, can I do a song with you, please? Sorry. You guys
Oh,
know Danger Incorporated?
No,
No.
no clue.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
That's
No,
okay.
it's not
Shout
sorry.
out
It's
to
like
whoever you want, man.
introduce us, introduce our brains.
I never met them or anything. They're like kind of popping, and like I know like a lot of people that like like try to hang out with them because like they're like trying to get on or whatever.
Danger Incorporated. They're Atlanta.
Are they from Atlanta?
Yeah, they're super talented. Their music's great.
Cool.
I don't know the dudes.
All right.
We need to holler. Danger Incorporated, holler at us.
I was
if,
really just like shooting
anybody's
out
out
something
there.
that might get me in trouble because it's fun.
Yeah. And
Will it get
holler at
you
our
in
boy
trouble?
Shane because he's sick and he wants to play with you.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I was telling Danger Incorporated to holler at you because he
Oh,
said you want to play a song with him.
put me on.
Put me on, dog. Let's go. Danger Inc. Shane.
And
Perryman,
Wilbur.
Let's do it. Wilbur,
What are your
Desert
three?
Island albums?
Let's see here. Shit. Never get tired of Fragile. Just the bass lines on the. Let's see here.
Wait, Fragile Man Shell?
No, Fragile by Yes.
Oh yes. See, I
The
don't.
bass lines on that album are amazing, and then just the whole overall album experience is great.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you play bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it had to be because like nobody like picks an album and they're just like, "Yo, this is my favorite album because of the bass lines." But
So
no,
it's
that's
gonna
just
be
like-
pretty bass skewed in this pick.
Primus. Is Primus next?
I was gonna say Sailing the Seas of Cheese.
Nice.
Let's see here. I guess just albums I grew up on. Yes, it is.
Just say it.
Magical Mystery Tour.
Word. Classic. Fuck yeah.
You know.
Just never get tired of that one, especially there's a song on there, one of the Georgia song, was it Please Don't Be Long? If you guys know that one.
Mm.
It's like slow, dark, and kind of haunting.
Oh yeah. All right, favorite Beatles album. Corbin.
I'm gonna say the White Album because it's the most bang for your buck. It's the same reason that Physical Graffiti is my favorite Zeppelin album because it has the most songs, and I feel like the most to choose from. So yeah, White Album.
I agree. I would say the White Album's mine
Yeah.
too.
It's amazing, dude.
I never fucking listened to the Beatles.
I
dude.
think it was so
What?
funny. Like I think that I'm like I know a lot of Beatles songs and I know the names of certain albums, but the only album I have is what Meet the Beatles. Is at the first one with their faces.
That's their very first.
Yeah,
one.
I have.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah, I know, but that when there's better albums than that. But when I got my
Flexing,
record
dude.
player, that's the first. It was got a collections of first, and I got a original pressing of that from somewhere. That was like I
That's
was like
kick
really
ass,
into
actually.
eBay, by the way. Like that's how I got my record player for like a banging ass pipe. I was like on that shit. It was like, but yeah. So I have that, but I've never really like dove in. There's some obscure Beatles songs that I listen to, but I mean, you know, like at this point, I think we've kind of gotten into like, Sean Lennon or and Les
Claypool
Claypour,
and
yeah,
Delirium.
Claypour, Delirium, like, that stuff. I'm more into like the later stuff, but like I'm more of a
Feels-
bigger fan of Paul McCartney, to be honest with you, than anything. I've seen him live. Like it's just what's become now rather than like what was. But I respect what it was and the art and the history.
Oh yeah.
Basically carried that band like once their manager died. Like most of the songwriting like for the second half of their career was Paul.
Okay.
I mean and John too, but like
Yeah, because John was in La La Land, like sipping acid with, his girl,
Weirdo.
trying to
Laying
save the
in
world.
beds, not doing shit.
Damn hippies.
Damn hippie.
They all
Dude,
went and
that
got in the
Angel
field.
George, dude, because George, dude. So that's a good question. So, what's your favorite album when you're just like fucking miserably sad and depressed? What do you put on? Cause mine is All Things Must Pass by George Harrison.
Mm,
I love that album. It makes me happy.
nice
Gosh,
choice.
That's
Yeah.
a really good question.
I put on Voodoo by D'Angelo.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it for you for that album? What makes you less sad? It's got that vibe.
It's got that vibe. Or R. Kelly Greatest Hits.
Ugh. Fuck
Do
R.
that.
Kelly. Even though all the songs were good, but still.
You know you jammed to that shit.
They were. It's just like
Sipping
weird.
on
Like
Coke
when
and
you, I feel
rum.
weird when I listen to an R. Kelly song because I enjoy the music, but he's like a fucking. Like, you see the
He's
shit
a weird
that's come
cat,
out.
dude.
Like it's just like it's insane in the
Doesn't he have, like,
memory.
slaves?
He's got like, I don't know. He's got a cult following
He was proven
of
innocent.
14-year-olds
proven innocent.
and
Proven
16-year-old
innocent,
girls.
dog.
Proven
Let's
innocent.
go.
Okay, whatever.
follow
but
R.
the
Kelly's
songs
cult.
are good. I believe I can fly. You know, when you press play, what? Like you're in the car,
Man.
blast it.
My
Yeah.
elementary school
Yeah.
teacher like taught us that song, and like, man, that was a banger.
It
That was a
Space
banger,
Jam,
dude.
guys.
Space
Space
Jam,
Jam.
indeed. I was about to say.
I believe
You
I
saw
could
Space
fly.
Jam.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan playing with basketball with Bugs Bunny. You wanted to go out and play basketball.
Dude, it's
Yo,
true.
you wanted
Yeah.
sneakers, you wanted a ball, you
Yeah.
wanted a jersey, you wanted a damn rabbit. Like,
Be like Mike.
That's right.
where's the hole? I know it exists. I'm gonna go.
I can dig that. Okay, Layne. Sad album. Favorite album. Put on when you're sad.
I mean, like, it depends. Like, is it like sad and I'm trying to be happy, or is it like sad and I'm trying to like stay sad?
Sad and you're trying to be happy.
Okay.
Or at least put it into perspective.
I mean, look, I'm just gonna shamelessly mention it. Like,
My own music.
I will put on the Black Parade if I need to.
Dude.
I am not above it.
Man, we just cut deep to middle school Layne
I
and the Black Parade.
like
Wait, Black Parade by
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical-
There it is. That's, I
Da-da-da-da.
think that's what
Like,
my,
you know,
my-
apart from
That's
that
my
genre
girlfriend's answer
and
might be
like
too.
everything about that genre, like that album to me just stands alone as actually like a pretty fucking good piece of music. I don't know, like whatever.
No Shame.
But like also, if I'm like sad, you know, I also really like to put on Johnny Cash's the albums he did with Rick Rubin, like in the 2000s.
Yes.
Was it the American recording?
Yes.
Like,
yes. It was
sometimes
just
I
like
just-
America, like 4 and 5, right? Like it was
Mhm.
like the last couple he did.
Sometimes I just really need to hear like God's Gonna Cut You Down
Good
and like
Lord.
what was some others? I don't know. Those just
Dude,
albums.
he
just-
did Your Own Personal Jesus.
Yeah.
He did Hurt, obviously, which is probably probably one of the best covers ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
One of those covers that like it's not even really a cover anymore. It's just more his.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine's is Alt J.
All
First
J.
album.
Okay.
Yeah,
word.
that shit was like
Fuck with
all the songs is like, you know, Awesome Wave, like those like when you because it's just so chilling and haunting in the way it all starts and from beginning to end you don't want to skip a single thing and when you're done you're just like breathe in, exhale. You're like, all right, I got this shit, dog. It's not gonna be so bad.
It's all
I
gonna be
got
okay.
this, dog. I'm just gonna ride this damn wave. It's not all that bad. I'm gonna be all right.
My friend Billy has like for years has had like a signed Alt J album.
Oh my god, I want to touch it.
You
Weird.
should.
Just
feels
want to
good.
touch it. I'm sure I have the album, but I don't have it signed. That would be wonderful.
Oh,
Just
man.
look at it with their signature.
All
That
right.
with the original band.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
magnificent.
All right, one more, and then we'll cut to another song. Your favorite album to listen to when you're allegedly
Allegedly baked.
on
On Psychos.
THC.
No.
On
I thought
the pot.
psychedelics. Okay.
Whoa, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, let's just keep it classy
Allegedly
here.
on THC.
Word.
Oh no, I do
Allegedly.
smoke pot.
I
Oh,
don't believe you.
how many pots have you smoked today, Layne?
One day, guys, the state will change.
Oh God.
Many have.
I'd get in trouble if I said that anymore. Stoned album. Okay,
Yeah.
come back to me. I need a moment.
Okay. What do you think, Shane? You got one for me?
When I'm fucking stoned, dude. I mean, White and Nerdy, Weird Al.
Oh yes.
Fucking
Oh,
not-
what a classic, dude.
bro, like I feel like Weird Al doesn't even have albums. He just has like his songs on YouTube and then like the related videos. Like, oh, what Weird Al song am I gonna go to next?
Dude, there's so many classics, dude. Like I never get tired of Amish Paradise.
Woo.
It's never,
Like a
Um,
surgeon.
dude. Like a surgeon. What was the Eminem cover where he?
Oh,
Fuck, I can't remember.
dude, this is the most embarrassing shit ever.
Oh
This is pretty embarrassing. The first concert I ever went to in my whole life, my first exposure to live music was Weird Al.
That's not embarrassing.
That's not embarrassing.
That's
Everybody
awesome,
had
dude.
their, whatever. I
Weird
think
Al's a fucking genius, dude.
mine's
Yeah.
just Christina
He rips
Aguilera
that
and
shit.
Justin Timberlake. I mean,
Word.
like at the end of the day, it's like we all kind of had that, whatever. Like when we were young.
I was
who
saying I
was it?
saw Fleetwood Mac my first show.
All right, no one was that cool.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Lane's
My
was pretty cool.
first,
I
I saw
Boston
Tom Petty.
Boston.
and Styx, which is like less cool.
Yeah, but
Oh.
Boston's awesome.
Well,
Styx is pretty cool.
We were talking about Styx. Was I talking about this with you, Layne? We were like, Styx is everybody's mom's favorite band.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
then U2 is everyone's dad's favorite
Dude,
band.
yeah.
Like they're the dad band of bands.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah.
think they're probably the most overrated band of all time.
U2?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, U2's
They're
been
not my
glorified into like
I think
the
the Edge
god
is
of
good.
Joshua
music.
Tree, but
Yeah, Joshua
no, I
Tree's
mean,
a good
you
album.
know,
And I mean, like, the
there's
Edge
always
is,
gonna
the
be
Edge
when you
is a
start
sick
spitting it out,
guitar
something's
player,
gonna click.
but I'm just
but
like, I'm not a huge fan.
I mean,
Uh,
we've all
Fuck you too.
we've all seen a mic
Oh.
get loud, and like I took away 3 things from that. Jimmy Page is a guy, Jack White's fucking awesome, and the Edge is kind of a hack.
Dude, the Edge is tight,
He's like,
dude.
I
Nah,
got-
he played
I
some
got these cool
shit.
pedals.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I feel you. I feel
No
you.
disrespect, but
No disrespect,
It's
except
okay.
tons of
I mean,
disrespect.
I guess I'm not as good a guitar player as the Edge. so I
Shots
can't say
fired.
shit, but
Nah, that's cool. Except that Layne Denton hates the Edge.
Oh wow.
It's cool.
you know who's awesome? Y'all listen to Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah.
yes,
Sturgill Simpson's
I saw
fucking
Sturgill
amazing,
this
dude.
year for the first time at was it Sweetwater 420 Fest, and that was fun. 'Cause a lot of my friends had seen him perform at different places. I almost went to Tennessee when he played, and I didn't go last minute. But like, I'm so good, so good. I was out there in the crowd, and it was hot, but it was just like you couldn't. I was just blown away. It feels good when you have like music like that kind of does that like still exists to do that, especially I don't know, but yeah.
Heck yeah.
Did you know that like that horn section he used on Sailor's Guy, that was like Amy Winehouse's old house band.
Oh wow.
Like fun little bit of I'm blanking on their name right now,
Wow.
but they're
I
like
hope
a
I-
legendary
I
section.
hope I get a question about that on Jeopardy someday. That'd be sick as fuck.
Amy Winehouse's old band
What
played
is-
with this.
Oh, my
I hope
Who's
it's like
Sturgill Simpson?
I hope it's like the first
Yes.
question. You know, like the last answer to the first question is always stupid. It's like Amy Winehouse's band original back. This is going nowhere. I'm so
It's okay.
sorry.
It's
You're
okay.
good.
It's
It was a good- dude,
hilarious.
it was good.
Okay.
Fucking Jenny, your favorite album to get baked to?
I mean, honestly, Group Love. Yeah, Group Love's first album. No, Group Love's second album is actually pretty good. I can't remember the name for some weird reason. Or, see, it's hard for me. I'm like, it's the music lover. Or, I take it back. Portugal the Man, In the Mountain, in the Clouds. Yes.
What
Okay.
specifically about that? Like, why weed in that album?
I just, a lot of people can associate like where they were at what time, and I just remember listening to it and feeling and that was during like my pothead days.
Nice.
And I just remember that would like I managed this restaurant at the time, and I would like walk, home and listen to it, come home, smoke, still listening to it, and like every single song just kind of like I like to feel chill out because I think naturally I'm very hyper, and so like very anxious as well. And it was it's one of those like even when I listen to it, and a lot of times you listen to something when you're baked, and then you can hear it again, and even if you're not, you still feel like it's doing what you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It does, and that it just consistently, and that was like always like drinking like a fresh cup of like water with ice, and you just want to lay back on your back looking up at the sky. And the album cover was amazing. The acoustic versions of a lot of the songs were really good. And I don't know, it's just everything. It chills me out.
That's great.
Yeah. So that
Sounds. It's a must listen. Is
It's-
what you're saying.
In the Mountains, in the Clouds by Portugal the Man. That's before they got a little bit out there.
Uh,
But that's definitely it.
heck yeah.
Layne figured out yet.
Oh man, I mean, like, Masters of Reality, like, is
Okay,
always
you
a
kind of
classic.
answered that earlier. You're like, do I have pot on the island? Yes. Masters of Reality.
Yeah.
Okay, I dig that. That's good. That can be your answer. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll roll with it. I
Yeah.
think it's also worth mentioning, and this is for all you vinyl snobs out there.
Here we go.
They
I mean,
exist.
Inagata Davida, the entire, like, 18-minute version,
Yeah.
like, it's a journey
Yeah.
in and of
get behind
itself.
I can get behind that. That's not a bad call, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't even watch a movie for 18 minutes. I don't have to listen to a song for 18 minutes.
Oh no, it's incredible. They just jam.
Okay,
Yeah.
I dig that. I dig that.
Jay, you're out of control. You're so funny.
Layne, where you find this man at? Crazy.
He was playing trombone in this
Oh,
metal
okay.
band. I was playing
Well,
bass and
how do
word.
we-
Oh, that's
Remember when we
right.
refound each other?
It was at
It was at this legalized marijuana house show.
Oh, that
Yeah.
came so full circle. I love it.
my roommate Josh Russell, for all you folks out there following my life, I don't know, is associated with SSDP, which is something like drug knowledge awareness.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
promoting legalization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they threw a house show. And yeah, that's where we reconnected. I played solo.
Yeah.
You were playing with the guest room then?
Yeah. Basically like SSDP or SSPD or
SSDP.
SSDP's whole thing is like, hey, like the only way we can get people to come out and listen to us is if like we get them fucked up. So they like throw these shows, and then they're like, yo, everybody, we're gonna get baked as hell, and we're gonna raise awareness about like
Get
the
it baked as hell.
injustices in, like drug reform and shit.
Mm.
So they're doing it. They're tight.
That's where you go. I love isn't those moments, those full circle moments, like when they come back, when you kind of reconnect with people, aren't those like the best? I don't know. I
Yeah.
really enjoy, because we had that. We've talked about it before.
Yes.
Like we saw each other at Sign July. I saw them at another festival before, Friendship Music Festival, and then again at Sign July. And we said that Sweetwater is when I was like, seeing them. It went like, I don't know, 3 years without seeing them. And then there we were like, oh my God, like here we are. And we talked about, it's like we've all go on our paths, our separate paths, especially within the music world. We find ourselves sort of like right next to each other, reconnecting again. And it's just like, it's really cool when that like happens. It just kind of puts it all together. And when you, like you said, you're like, I'm actually like, living my best life right now. Like I'm happy right now because you're doing what you're, wanting to do. So when you can reconnect with those people as well, it's like, ties it all together.
I remember that set because I was like, that was right before I was going in the studio and launching the plans, and like I saw Shane there. I was like, oh my God, I gotta put on a killer set so that I can convince him to want to play bass.
Spoiler
with me.
alert, his set fucking sucked. No, it was good, Layne. I'm sorry. I'm out of control. I'm sorry. dude.
No, Shane, you keep
No,
right on
you
out
are
of control,
the best.
dude.
No, I remember that set. It was like I was very lit.
People were going
And
hard for your set, dude. People were going hard
was-
for your set.
I know, it was cool. It was just me and an acoustic guitar. There was this one chick like who was just like,
Woman,
rocking
girl.
out. yeah, and
Sorry,
like
I'm out of control,
I didn't
sorry.
I was very bummed I didn't like get to meet her afterwards, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey, Misconnections, if you're out there, girl, maybe you're following him.
Layne
Yeah.
Denton.
Hit him up. Slide in those DMs, girl.
We
Slide
can
in
get
those
Waffle
DMs.
House.
That's all she.
We made $4 in tips today.
Oh my
Play a
God.
song.
All right, let's play a song. You gonna play another Clout Trio song there?
Please,
Shane?
yes.
Sure.
All right, what was the other one you want to play?
Yeah, this is 180 degrees, 180 degrees from the last song. It's called Storm Warning.
Okay. All right, let's rock it. Crazy Will.
Scott, I'm standing along I-285 south of Atlanta.
Nothing against the South, and I'm from the South. We're just not prepared for this type of weather.
The National Weather Service told us its forecast was spot on, and that they issued the first storm warning 21 hours before it started.
All right. Tritone Radio, thank you for listening to us if you've been tuned in. And thank you, Layne and Shane.
Thank you guys. I've had a fucking blast.
Dude, we have too, man.
Thank
You
you
guys
Yeah,
have
we
been
really
super
have.
fun. Like,
Like-
thank you guys.
I can't believe we've been talking for like 2 hours.
I know, man. I know. We've just been having a grand old time here.
Let's talk for 40 more. We all gotta be.
Dude, you fools are some of us got to sleep now, man. Come on now.
Sleep.
I
Man,
know.
there's no
That's-
sleep.
That's true, dude. Well, it's more that we're out of beer. Okay, I think that's all. That's all I got too. I'm pretty beat. Anyway,
Hey,
guys
thank
are
you guys
fucking
again.
Awesome. Thank y'all, dude. Y'all are again welcome back anytime.
And we have a
yeah,
very,
we have-
very special treat.
Yes, one more song.
Ice cream?
Ice cream.
You.
I know we told you guys there was ice cream, but there's actually no ice cream. The beer was the ice
Fuck,
cream.
dude.
I know.
And the
Hey,
candy,
man.
you had
Yeah, we
your
gave you
first little
candy.
Halloween
Alright,
treat.
well,
Hey man, how
I
much
gotta
are we
call
getting
my
paid for this?
agent.
Oh,
This is a breach of
we're
contract.
gonna have our people call your people.
Get the
We'll
fuck
have our
out.
agent.
I was
talk.
told there'd be ice cream.
We won't be airing this.
We actually told Layne we'd pay him an ice cream. So, and he was
That's actually that's how
that's-
most places pay me. Just an ice cream. If ice cream were currency, I'd be loaded.
Oh man.
This podcast has gotten completely out of hand, and I love it. And Layne, you're gonna play us one more song, right?
I'm gonna try
More
to, yeah.
song.
We're one
One
more
more
song.
Layne is playing us a
One.
song live, and,
And
we're
this
very
is
happy.
this is an original song of yours. This is a song. This is a new song.
It's not even done.
It's
like,
not even
to
done.
Be honest, like,
Good God, you guys are so spoiled when you listen to Tritone Radio. This is an exclusive from Layne Denton. Does it even have a name?
I think we're going with the Underground Blues as
The
a working
Underground
title.
Blues. All right. No, man. All right. Well, thanks again, guys. Tritone Radio. We're out of this piece. See you.
I'm wicked, and I've earned that right. Everything I do is out of spite. But don't you worry about me, I'm long past saving. Do you some good just to pass me by. Welcome to this corner of my demise. I see you out the corner of my eye. You can come a little closer, but I gotta warn you, you might not hear what you like. Well, I had heard the buckle tune right before the flood came through. She took off that I couldn't hide. I carried away my weight in gold. I put myself above my code. Thought I could finally enjoy my life. Oh Lord, pull me back towards the light. Gonna tell you about a dream I had last night. Well, I woke up in my bed in a burning heat. Around the hall, church bell began to ring. 3 times rattled the windows and walls. 3 times pounded my brain and my bones. 3 times it shouted to the Lord. And then a choir of angels began to sing. They said, are you ready for the turning king? Are you ready when it comes on down? Are you ready when the judgment comes? Are you ready? Are you ready for the love? I woke up when I felt his breath, 3 claw marks running down my neck to remind me what I've done wrong. But what is right and what is wrong, the two the sides, the ones that war, they battling us. 'Cause I'm guilty, does that mean I'm cursed? I'm guilty, does that mean I'm cursed? There you go.
That's good shit, man.
Really?
Fucking awesome song.
Dope story song.
Thank you.